You may have tried to do multiple diets. You might have even succeeded by reducing your weight temporarily, by eating some bland food. And finally, where does it get you? It leads to health issues. It leads to the weight bouncing back. It leads to you not being able to do your workouts consistently. So what's the solution here? To understand the solution, we need to first understand the root cause. What's the root cause of obesity and lifestyle diseases? Now, to understand this, we need to go back slightly more in time. Look around 100 or 150 years back. Less than 1% of the population had obesity or was overweight or had any of these lifestyle diseases: PCOD, PCOS, thyroid, diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure issues. All of these sound familiar now? Well, more than 70% of the population now is either overweight, obese, or has any of these lifestyle diseases. 70% means the majority, more than the majority, right? More than 50% actually has some lifestyle disease or the other. And why is this happening? Now, the reason for this is that we have veered away and moved away from a traditional and natural lifestyle to a modern lifestyle. What does the modern lifestyle include? Unnatural food items made in a factory and laboratory. All packaged processed food items. Even if you use natural ingredients, if you are going to use unnatural method of preparation, or you're going to include a lot of unnatural food items on top of it. Take wheat flakes, for example, or cornflakes. These are made in industrialized way. They are made in factories in bulk. They take wheat or corn, which is a natural ingredient, but they don't cook it in a traditional way. They process it heavily. These are called ultra processed or processed food items. And the processing includes a lot of chemical preservatives, added sugar, artificial sweeteners, chemical stabilizers, flavors, colors, everything being added into it. Oftentimes, the processing is at high temperatures, which destroys all nutrients. This is what happens with refined oil. They take oil and then refine it, which basically means they heat it to such a high temperature that it loses its chemical properties. For example, the one chemical property which really hurts us is the omega-3 is to omega-6 ratio. In refined oil, omega-3 is much lower and omega-6 ratio becomes much higher. Naturally, omega-3 is to omega-6 ratio would be something like 1:4, 1:3. But in refined oils and in packaged processed food items, omega-3 is to omega-6 ratio is very, very disturbed. It is like 1:2000, 1:3000. It goes up to extreme levels. And what is the solution of the pharma industry and of the mainstream media? Have omega-3 pills. The way to do it is by actually making your food natural so that you have balanced ratio of omega-3s to omega-6 or whatever ratio nature gives us. Whatever ratio nature gives us, whatever protein, carb, fat, calories nature gives us is the right protein, carbs, fats and calories. Whatever it gives us is the right amount of micronutrients. What is right is not to be determined by research papers conducted by the pharma industry or the food processing or the supplement manufacturers. For supplement manufacturers to tell you that, you need to have this much protein, you can't get it through vegetarian diet. For example, they'll say that you need to have 100 grams of protein. In a vegetarian diet for a 70 kg person, you can't really go beyond 60-70 grams of protein in vegetarian food items. So you'll be forced to have 20 grams, 30 grams from protein. There are even celebrities now who are now endorsing it. People who used to be claiming that they are natural are actually now endorsing pan and supari and supplements. The crux of the matter is, if you stick to a natural and traditional lifestyle, which includes eating natural and traditional diet, which means that you can have things like aloo paratha, spices, ghee, all rotis, dals, sabjis, fruits and vegetables, spices, which are all tasty. You can even have things like puri chana, puri aloo, right? Stuffed parathas. And if you're non-veg, then chicken curry, mutton curry, fish fry. And if you were to cook it in the traditional kadhais, if you were to cook it at home with spices, with ghee, and with cold pressed oils and not refined oil, then the nutrition portion of your lifestyle would be taken care of. The second portion, which is very important, is the exercise portion. Traditionally, people were very physically active. This actually answers one of the questions that we get. They say, Rajat, you have always been saying that eat natural food items, but you know what? Traditionally, people were also very physically active, right? They were doing much more. So how can we eat the natural food items? You're asking the wrong question. And your question itself is giving you the answer. We are not saying that eat natural food items and just sit at home and don't exercise. The body expects you to be physically active, and so we have to do physical activity. Naturally and traditionally, the jobs and work of people actually involved a lot of physical activity. And this is what we actually suggest to our clients as well, and to all of you. Be physically active, do exercise, because it is replacing the physical activity portion of our ancestors. Our ancestors had to do farming, walking, they had to make tools, they had to do a lot of physical labor. They had to walk long distances as well. And we don't have to do that. For us, it's touch of a button and the food is delivered to us. Or at least food items are delivered to us and then we can cook with them. It's much more convenient. And all our work is now sedentary. So it may be convenient, but it has led to us not being physically active at all. There's no reason to be physically active unless you start liking it. So start developing a liking for physical activity. Start enjoying the exercise. Start enjoying walks. Start enjoying hiking. Start enjoying being outdoors in nature. Third, fourth, and fifth factors are your sleep, sunlight, and motivation. These are lifestyle factors which are totally different. And in brief, all you have to do is sleep on time, wake up naturally without an alarm, get sunlight, be outdoors during the day. Don't have this fear of outdoors and sunlight, which is being again put by pharma industry, right? Because they want to sell you sunscreen. Our ancestors and even farmers right now, if you see, they are physically outdoors. They are outdoors throughout the day. There's no concept of morning sunlight, afternoon sunlight, evening sunlight. They're outdoors throughout the day. And traditionally, people used to be mostly outdoors and very less indoors. This staying indoors concept, this is a false concept. Start listening to your body. If it has had enough, if it's getting burnt, you will automatically build up the perseverance and you'll build up the tolerance for it over time. Start taking sunlight. It's very critical. Vitamin D is free. You should not have to have vitamin D pills. Remember, all supplements never get digested as well in the body, never get absorbed as well in the body as real food items and vitamin D from sunlight. So stick to natural and traditional means. And then the final factor is motivation, where you achieve a goal, take a goal and go after it. And this is dependent from and varies from individual to individual. But the people who have the best health are competent and take care of their health. So set a goal and take action to achieving it and have less stress. Take your action towards your goals and that will keep you motivated. Start living this lifestyle, and if you're overweight, you will come to your ideal body weight. If you're underweight, you'll end up building muscle mass. If you are having any lifestyle disease, you will reverse the lifestyle disease. The same protocol actually is useful for everything. Unlike what nutritionists and fitness coaches say that, oh, you have PCOD, you have this diet, you have thyroid, you have this diet. No. You are unhealthy if you have a lifestyle disease or you are overweight, obese. And the way to correct it is the same for all diseases. And everything gets reversed in 6 months. Give it a shot. Give it a serious shot. And this is so easy to do. But you have to track every aspect of it. Now, if you want help in executing all of this, that's where Fit Galaxy will help you with a subscription plan. We have trained nutritionists and fitness coaches who will guide you step by step and help you in achieving these goals according to a natural and traditional lifestyle.